Welcome to the city of, okay.
Start the recording.
I already screwed it up.
You're all good. Okay, good.
Okay, excellent. Thank you. Start again. Welcome to the March 21st, 2024 City of the Highland Parks meeting of the Zoning Board of Appeals. Patrick, will you please call the roll?
Yes. Irene Chase. Here. Jonathan Kansky.
Here.
Kenneth Beck. Here. Brad Zaransky.
Here.
Kevin Collether.
Here.
Vice Chair Alexis Yavlon.
Here.
And Chair Jamie Bay. Absent. We have a quorum.
Excellent. The next item on our agenda is the approval of the minutes from the February 1st, 2024 meeting. Has everyone had the opportunity to review the minutes? And I would accept, are there any corrections, any issues? Okay, would anyone like to make a motion?
I'll move that we adopt the minutes of the February 1st, 2024 meeting as drafted.
Excellent. All those in favor of approving the minutes of the February 1st, 2024 meeting, say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? No?
You were absent.
So for the record, I was absent. However, I did watch the video and review. So I was comfortable voting aye.
Excellent. Do we have any business from the public? Nope. Look that way. Any old business this evening? Okay, well, that brings us to new business, but before I start that, we have a new process going on that the zoning board needs. We have a new check-in policy. So if you're going to testify, please provide your information, so your name, address, and the case information to receive a follow-up of the case results, and that will be delivered to you by mail. You don't need to provide your information to testify, but please know if you do not provide it, you will not receive follow-up by mail. And anyone that's part of the applicant's team should also check in, please. And that's to check in with Patrick. There's a sheet.
Yeah, the sheet's just up here at the podium.
And just for anyone who's interested, we used to have people, when they swore in, give their name and address. And we have decided as a city that it's not safe to be standing here giving your address when you're not home. So that's why we've made that change. So on to the new business. The first and only case for the evening is VAR-2024-0015 for the property located at 168 Lakewood Place. The appellant is Matthew Sears, and there are two requests before us. The first is to encroach into the required side yard setback of 10.5 feet along the western property line. And the second is to exceed the allowable floor area ratio in order to construct an addition. Patrick, do you have a presentation for us?
Yes, Justin will be providing the presentation.
Sorry, Justin, do you have a presentation for us? Yes. Excellent, thank you.
My name is Justin. With the Planning Division, and I'll be presenting today. So the case is for 168 Place. The applicant, Kelly Bernstein, on behalf of the owner, Matthew Sears, and the proposal is to, in addition, that will encroach into the required side yard and exceed the allowable floor area. The property is located within the R4 LFOZ zoning district, and the minimum lot area is 20,000 square feet. That's the requirement. And the existing home was built in 1949, according to the Lake County Assessor's Office. And the requested relief is to encroach into the required side yard setback of 10.5 feet by 1.41 feet along the western property line, and to exceed the allowable FAR of 4,061 square feet by 467 square feet for a total of 4,528 square feet. Here's the site location for 168 Lakewood Place, right in the R4 district. Here's the aerial view. The addition will be placed on the southwest corner of the property. And this is a legal lot of record, as emphasized by this plat of survey. The total lot area is 13,310 square feet. And as I mentioned before, in the R4 district, a 20,000 square feet is the minimum. So therefore, this is a substandard lot size. And also, the width of the property is 75 feet, and according to the R4 zoning, 85 feet is the average. So there's a substandard width as well, which allowed us to determine that 10.5 feet is the actual allowable side yard encroachment based on the 14% width calculation. The allowable FAR, the max floor area is 4,061 square feet. If they were able to qualify for the bonus FAR, that would be 4,726 square feet. But because the addition is going to be encroaching into the side yard setback, they are not qualified for the bonus FAR. Here are some of the property photos. And right there in the southwest corner is where the addition is going to be. Oh, yeah. Here, I'll highlight that with the mouse right here. And onto the proposed works. So the existing property is highlighted in blue, and that floor area is 4,121 square feet. The request in yellow would push that up to 4,528 square feet. And just to reiterate, the square foot maximum would be 4,061 square feet. In addition to this, the addition will be 9.09 feet into the proposed side yard. And just to reiterate, 10.5 is the minimum requirement, and this exceeds that by 1.41 feet. The dimensions of the addition are 33.4 feet by 17.98 feet for a total of 604 square feet, and 37.11 square feet would be encroaching into that side yard. Here are the elevations of the proposed from the south, west, and east. And these are the neighborhood floor area estimates based on the Lake County Assessor website. There were no additional comments from city staff or the public. And just as a review, the requested relief is to 1, encroach into the required side yard setback of 10.5 feet by 1.41 feet along the western property line, and 2, to exceed the allowable floor area ratio of 4,061 square feet by 467 square feet for a total of 4,528 square feet. And as a reminder, the board should use the Chapter 150 zoning code standards of approval for their decision. Thank you.
That was an excellent presentation. Thank you.
Thank you.
And just before you move off, does anyone have any questions for staff?
Yes.
So this is an undersized lot.
Yes, that's
So likely if it was a properly sized.
Conjecture.
It's like 10,000 feet under.
Yes, so,
Possibly side yard, right? Yeah.
yes, if it was 85 feet was the width, most likely this house probably would fit more into the property, and the FAR, if it was a standard size lot, would be higher for the area.
Can you go back to that slide with the FAR, with the map?
This one?
Yes. And the subject property on there is Which one?
It's highlighted in yellow.
Oh, down there, okay. So it is on the lower, previously with other FARs, sometimes this has been presented as a chart. So we can see where it easily falls in line. It's on the lower end of the square feet. Do we know where it sits percentage-wise?
So an issue with this information from Lake County is that they do derive the information a little differently. To answer your question, though, it is on the lower end. I do not have that percentage in front of me, though.
Because we are talking a ratio. So the absolute number, as far as the square footage of the house, really means nothing, since what we're talking about is a ratio of the lot size to the square foot of the house. So, but without that, at least that provides us an idea.
So in the packet, there's a chart, spreadsheet, page 17.
Okay. I've got it here.
It gives us.
Thank you.
Anyone else have questions for staff while Patrick's looking?
Yeah, sorry. I have a table that is PDF form, but I don't have that information for you at this time. Hold on. Yeah, this information just doesn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Sorry.
If no one else has any additional questions, we're from the applicant's team, please.
Do you want to swear us in, or have you?
Absolutely.
Okay. Omar, just stand up. Yeah, just.
Okay. But could you please come to the microphone as well? And do you both affirm that the testimony that you intend to provide this evening is true and complete to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
And can you each say your names for the record as well, please?
Sure. My name is Cal Bernstein. I'm the attorney for the applicant. My name is Omar Gutierrez. I'm the architect for the applicant.
Thank you.
Good evening, Vice Chair. This is the Zoning Board of Appeals. My name is Cal Bernstein. I'm the attorney for the applicant, and try to address the questions that were just asked. This lot is one of the smallest lots on the block. There's lots that are much larger. So even though the houses, there's, for example, looking at the numbers, there's houses with over 5,000 square feet. They sit on much larger lots, and so therefore the ratio would be lower than this property. That's really not the issue here. The issue we're having with this property is that it's legally non-conforming. It's legally non-conforming because, as it was correctly pointed out, the lot is narrow. It's 75 feet wide versus the normal, in the zoning district, 85 feet. This house was built in 1949, and it already encroaches into the side yard. So what is this applicant looking to do? They have a house that does not have a family room and a den, but it does have a covered porch in the back. And so what are they looking to do is to replace the covered porch, demolish it, and replace it with a room addition in the back of the property to address the deficiency that the house currently has. And because the house is already non-conforming, the only way to improve this property is to come before the zoning board and ask for relief. Because if you're going to build an addition on the back of the property, it only makes sense to line it up with the existing house. Well, the existing house is already non-conforming. So the line this house, the addition, because we're not seeking to encroach further into the side yard, all we're looking to do is to have a straight line from the existing house going back where the back porch used to be, and have that, instead of being a porch, have that to be a room addition. This is something that was not created by the owners of the property. This was done when the house was built back in 1949. And this addition, along with a lot of other improvements that the applicant intends to make to the house, is trying to bring this house into current 21st century type of living, to keep this house for the long term. So is to make this, is basically to provide the proper amenities that houses for long-term, the long-term length and life of this house. It needs to be improved. And that's what this applicant is looking to do. Now, both of these relief we're seeking are bulk relief. FAR is trying to limit the size of the house. Side yard is trying to create this certain amount of distance between homes. All of the FAR, in addition, that's going to be built, is in the rear of the property. It will not be visible from the street. So there will be no appearance of additional bulk if you're driving down Lakewood Road. In addition, with regard to the side yard, the encroachment is very de minimis, because as it was pointed out, the total amount of the square footage of the property encroaching into the side yard is 37 square feet. That's the total amount of the encroachment. And because of that 37 square feet, this applicant does not qualify for the bonus, because the property is already non-conforming and we're extending the non-conformity. So if this house, if we had a magic wand and we rebuilt this house on the actual side yard setback, this addition could be built as a matter of right, including the FAR. But that's just not the reality. The reality is it's already encroaching into the side yard, and we are left with trying to improve the house that is already considered legally non-conforming. I'm going to turn it over to Omar at this point. He can describe what he designed and why he designed it that way, and I'll come back and address the standards.
To expand upon that explanation, I thought it was very, very thorough. Could we have the plan and the elevations on the screen, please? There you go. I want to start with the plan if we can. You have it, right? I just want to address why we're seeking to put the addition where we are. There's a logic to it.
If you could speak up. Well, I'm having trouble.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to provide an explanation as to why we are proposing to put the addition where we are proposing to do it. If you see the pergola adjacent to the proposed addition, what's just north of that is the dining room. It's a big open dining and kitchen. The existing porch is adjacent to brick walls. There's very little windows on that southwest corner. It is ideal for that area to be a porch or an extension or a living area. So expanding on that for the existing screen porch that is obviously not conditioned, they want to enjoy that year round. So the addition we're proposing will be air conditioned and heated for the cold months. And it just simply takes that structure that you see on the left and makes it longer on the lot. We took care to try to conform to as many as the zoning regulations as we could. There's an articulation, there's a big corner on the brick wall there that makes the addition only a certain width. And we kind of need every square feet, every inch there just to make the space functional. So we determined that perhaps matching the existing home could be the least we could live with, and then we expanded upon that. Like Cal mentioned, had this home had been built respecting the side yard setback, this addition could be done as a matter of right. So it's just those set of circumstances that bring us here.
Do you have any questions for Omar while he's up there? Okay, thank you. I didn't want to mention one other thing, is that the addition is one story, so it's significantly lower than the rest of the house. Again, in an effort to try to limit and mitigate against any appearance of any bulk. We addressed the standards in our letter of situation, but just quickly to go through them. The reasonable return standard, failing to allow this type of family den room could lead to the home not being able to yield a reasonable return. Again, the applicant here is trying to create value in the home. They're going to be doing this improvement among others, and there's a significant amount of work that's going to be done in the rear yard also with landscaping. So the whole effort is to preserve this home and to lengthen its lifespan. There's obviously no desire to make more money from the property. The applicant is hopefully going to be living there a long time. The hardship is the fact that it's legally non-conforming. And that makes it impossible to improve the home without first seeking a variance. You can't replace that screen porch without, as Omar described, you can't replace it without seeking a variance because you have to line it up with the house, which is already encroaching into the side yard. In addition, the fact that it's already encroaching to that side yard by only a foot renders this house the inability to access the bonus. And why do we have the bonus? The bonus is to give existing homes a chance so they can be improved and made larger in order to make them continue to be relevant. Unfortunately, the bonus is not available because of that 1 foot encroachment. This is unique to this property. It's not applicable to other properties in this neighborhood or the zoning district. And with regard to the essential character of the neighborhood, what we're doing is trying to seek to preserve the essential character, to keep this house relevant and improve this home so the streetscape will remain. And again, anybody driving up and down the street will not even know that this addition even was constructed. So we're looking to update a home that was built in 1949 for modern living, and we hope that you support this request tonight. The applicant's here. The neighbor's here. Wave, you're in support. Put your thumbs up, sir. There we go. So the neighbor's here, and we're available for any questions.
Thank you. Does anyone from the board have any questions for? No? Okay, thank you. Would anyone in the audience like to come and speak? Or? Okay. Okay. Then. No, we don't talk. In that case, we're going to move on to discussions. In the hot seat, Member Beck. Where's your head? Excellent.
You're asking a doctor where
I know. As soon as it came out, I knew it was a mistake. Yeah. Have some cake.
Oh, you brought
I
cake.
see the hardship, I see the reasonableness.
Okay, thank you. And Member Chase.
I like the fact that the front's being preserved, the streetscape's being preserved, and all the addition is going being that. And I too see the hardship. It's an old house. I think this is a good solution to me.
Member Krasinski.
I think all the standards and how they are met are clearly articulated in the packet and in the presentation, so I'm in favor.
Member Trushansky, please.
Zaransky.
Zuransky.
Oh, I said sorry. I went the wrong way. I apologize.
I agree. I don't have too much more to add. I think the standards are met. I think it was a good presentation. I think the neighbor's on board. I think all the boxes are checked, and I support the variation.
And I am going to agree with my colleagues. I think that the standards have been met. I think the fact that it is currently non-conforming and that even if you needed to replace the porch, you'd be before us as well. My questions earlier were more for educational purposes than they were questioning the application. I agree. It's a well thought out plan. It sounds like you considered what was the logical place and whether or not if you brought it in by, even if you brought it in by 1.41 feet, you'd be before us before the FAR issue anyway. So I don't think that encroachment is significant enough to warrant denying it. So I would agree with and approve the variance.
Excellent. And I agree with the other board members. I believe the standards have been met, and I would vote in favor of this project. With that in mind, would anyone like to make a motion?
I'll move that we adopt the order as drafted in the packet.
Second the motion.
Excellent. The motion's approved. Congratulations. Oh, God. Oh, I was so.
It's still change.
I got so excited. I'm sorry. May we have a roll call vote, please?
Yes. Member Chase? Aye. Member Trushansky?
Aye.
Member Beck?
Well,
Member Zaransky?
Aye.
Member Colother?
Aye.
Vice Chair Yablon?
Aye.
Thank you very much.
Oh, congratulations. Thank you. Sorry.
Patrick will follow up with you.
Yeah, we register. Want us to register? No, we don't have to register. Thank you very much. Good job.
Thank you all.
Oh, thank you.
Very much.
Oh, thank you.
And do we have a staff report for this evening?
We do not have a staff report. I'll let you know that we will conduct training on April 18th with Corporation Counsel, just as a heads up, so try to be there. Yeah, I assume so. If we have items, I think we usually, the cases, let the items go first and then the training will happen after.
Are there items so far? Or?
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
There is one on pace. It's on pace, at least.
Does it involve a heritage tree?
No. We'll still be here, yeah.
So there's no meeting April 4th?
I don't believe an item, I will double check, but I don't believe an item, I think the application deadline went past without any new items. I'll follow up next week with email letting you know.
And Evan, I apologize. I didn't ask you your thoughts.
All right, I agree with what you all said.
Good answer. Right. I was about to say I can't ask him that. He just needs to.
Ask him if he has any reports from city council that he would like to relay.
nothing pertaining to the business,
This august group.
Thank you. Okay.
but it's a pleasure to be here.
Pleasure to have you. I guess with that in mind.
And make a motion to adjourn.
Do we have- Excellent. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
This meeting is adjourned. Sorry about that. And I totally know who you are.
Hey,
That's
I'm
just
the
the
one- I'm the
nerves.
one who